Lisa is over the permanency division as well as the quality assurance division at probation. But that only tells you a very small story of who she is. Lisa approached LGBTQ youth like she approaches all youth, with an open heart as well, and also saying that in the eyes of God and in the eyes of probation, all kids are equal, and all kids deserve to have love and unconditional treatment no matter where they are. She was the first to put together a group in Los Angeles County. Many of those providers are here today, from Optimist to Rancho to Florence Crittenton to Aviva to Vista to Penny Lane, and did a roundtable to talk about what will work and will not work. Do we always agree? Not always, but we always walked away from that table knowing we were in it together. And if I go off script a little bit, I want to say this. It was not because the feds came in from Department of Justice and told the probation department they had to do this. It was not some fancy consultant from the East Coast. They did it because it was the right thing to do. And a lot of that has to do with Lisa. So we are honored, very honored, to present Lisa Campbell-Motton with the Championship Award.
I'm such a crybaby because I'm already crying. So forgive me. I cry all the time because this work is just so amazing, and get to work with people like you and one of my favorite people in the world, Wendy Carpenter. I just love her, as so many people do. I just want to share a little bit about this. I'm actually accepting this on behalf of the probation department and probation child welfare. And as Wendy said, we didn't do this, strictly for LGBTQ youth or transgender youth, but for all our kids. They're our babies. We love them. No matter what they look like, color they are, shape, size, we love our kids. And I love working with people that have the same passion that I do. So one of the things we know that works with our kids is looking into the eyes of an adult and seeing love, acceptance, no rejection, no judgment. And that's what changes their lives, and we know that. When we started this group, it was really interesting. As Wendy said, it was so funny because the first probably two work groups that we had was just spent on debating and just talking through all the issues, and it was really kind of fun and funny. And then we got down to actually drafting a policy for placing our transgender youth where they wanted to live, with whatever gender they wanted to live with. So it was very interesting. And one of the really profound parts of that was having two transgender youth come and speak to our group. One's a transgender female, and the other was a transgender boy. And so they both had very different perspectives and what they wanted to share with us, because we told them, this is your policy, we need your input, what makes you feel safe. And so they just talked with us very candidly and frankly, and the boy said, I need to be with boys. I need to be with boys like yesterday. And so we said to him, okay, so we're just gonna play the devil's advocate with you. The biggest thing for you, you have a female part, you're a boy, and you wanna be with boys, so people are just automatically gonna say, we don't want you hurt, we don't want you abused. And he said, let me tell you something. And it's funny because he was kind of shy, but so cute. He wore his little tie and was ready to tell us what he thought. And he said, let me just tell you something. And he looked around, he was only 15. He looked around the table and he said, girls can abuse girls. So we said, oh, we feel really stupid. So he just taught us, everybody walked out of there changed just to listen to him. And the girl, she was so funny because we were asking her what her preference was. And she said, you know what? I got these boys broken in. I'm not starting over with girls. I'm gonna stay right where I am. So it was just so great just to hear their perspective. And for us, that's what this is all about. Listening to them, loving them, no matter where they're at in their process or their journey. And together with all the partnerships that we have with DMH, with our providers, with our educators, with probation, our social workers, all of us together is what makes the difference. So that collaboration that the Sprint person just talked about, that's the key. Collaborating together, loving them, and not looking at their outside, but looking at their heart. What's hurting them? What trauma have they? I'm so excited that CCR is focusing on trauma, because forget about the crime they committed, forget about their sexuality. What is it that's hurting them? That's where we need to meet their needs. So I just feel so honored just to be in the presence of all of you. I love you, Wendy Carpenter. I love working with you, and I love all my providers that made this happen, and all of my probation partners too that helped us to be able to do this for our kids. Thank you.